Hey guys, this is Shawn Sandridge. Thank you so much for clicking back onto my channel. So I am just coming by for Jumpstart January to let you know that I am going to be previewing a new segment, and it's going to be Millionaire Monday. And why do you say that? It's because I got a brand new book and I want us to go through it together. And it is Chris Hogan, Everyday Millionaires. Now, I did not finish, but now that we're on a new book, and I did get this book, Retire Inspired, and he says it's not an age, it's a financial number. But for the new year, because I do believe in being fiscally, getting our money and being fiscally educated, I was thinking, you know what, why don't we all do this together? I don't know everything. We all on different levels, starting at different levels. So why don't we just read the book together and just share some information? So this is Everyday Millionaires. And what he's done is kind of taken, there was a book and he talks about it in the foreword. And there's a book called The Millionaire Next Door. And I read that book and it was life-changing for me. And there's The Millionaire Next Door, Stop Acting Rich by the same author. I believe it's Thomas Stanko. I don't know the other name of the author, but let me see if I can find it. Let me just see. Okay, someone's using my tablet, but I did find it in the book. So there was a book that I said was life-changing, and it's called The Millionaire Next Door, and it's by Thomas Stanley, who's deceased now, and William Danko, and it was originally printed in 1996. And really it was talking about that the people that you think are rich really aren't rich, and that there are millionaires living around you, and they're just living next door. And talking about, they did a big study and talked about what are their habits and how did they save, how did they live their life, because the person who may be driving a Toyota may have 10 times more, maybe driving a Toyota and is a school teacher and have more accumulative wealth than, say, a doctor, believe it or not. And so really helped me shift my mind on what is really being wealthy and how you can get wealth. And even if you don't have that high paying job, with the right habits and having some tools in place, you can start building wealth. So I really found that to be a life-changing book. The Millionaire Next Door, there's the Woman Millionaire Next Door, because women and men have different habits. And also Stop Acting Rich by the same authors. So this particular book, what they say is they took that information from the book The Millionaire Next Door, and then they did a very large study. So they said they surveyed and or interviewed over 10,000 American millionaires. American millionaires. That's really important, because when you think of millionaires, you're thinking all people that live all around the country. There are 10,000 American millionaires, okay, that they surveyed or interviewed, and they said they targeted people with a net worth of $1 million, meaning the total of all their assets, bank accounts and investments minus any debt. It has to total $1 million or more. And it says most of them, 89%, have a net worth between 1 million and 5. So this is just taking that book, updating it, because things have changed, but the tools and principles probably have not. And so I was thinking, you know what, why don't we just read it along? There are 11 chapters. So I figured if we do Millionaire Monday, maybe we'll get it done in 11 weeks. But if it's a big chapter and it needs more, then we'll just take it over for the following Monday. But I wanted to put this out because I would like for us to all read it together and share your tips. If some of it you think is workable or not, one plan does not fit all. But I'm thinking, you know what, if you haven't done something before or haven't understood maybe your mindset, maybe this will be a good book. So there are 11 chapters, and chapter 1 is going to be You've Been Lied To. Let's go through the chapters. Chapter 2, Millionaire Myth. The wealthy didn't earn and don't deserve their money. Chapter 3, millionaire myth. The wealthy take big risks with their money. Chapter 4, millionaire myth. The wealthy have a leg up in business, in education and careers. Chapter 5, stop making excuses and start believing. Chapter 6, own it. Millionaires take personal responsibility. Chapter 7, live on less than you make. Millionaires practice intentionality. Chapter 8, think ahead. Millionaires are goal-oriented. Chapter 9, do what it takes. Millionaires are hard workers. Chapter 10, stick to it. Millionaires are consistent. And chapter 11, the decision is up to you. So if you think this is a good thing and you know you've been wanting to do something with your money, think differently about your money, maybe this is the book for you. So I bought it. I was going to read it anyway. So I figured we are going to have Millionaire Monday, because that way you got the weekend to look at it, read it, and then think about it. I'm going to take notes, and then we'll just have a discussion, because this is the one thing I've learned. I went 6 years, almost 7, without using any credit cards. And in that, I learned a lot. I learned a lot about budgeting. I learned a lot about needs and wants. I learned a lot about telling my children no, telling myself no, delayed gratification. And all of my needs were met. All of my bills were paid. But I also had to know where my money was going, telling my money where it was going. And so that was a huge learning lesson for me. It wasn't something that I had wanted to do in the beginning, but I knew I needed to take charge of my money. And it has been life-changing and have no desire to go back. Living a cash-only lifestyle has its growing pains, but it taught me a lot about being financially mature and responsible. So that was my takeaway. I do believe in the David Ramsey baby steps. I'm sure it's going to be talked about. A lot of people could learn a lot from it. I've helped my friends and family with it. Not being a slave to credit cards, because a lot of people's money and income goes to high credit cards, car payments that they really should not go into. I mean, when I heard that the average car payment was $450 something a month, wow, that's a lot. And when you're only making a certain amount of money and a lot of your money is going into your house and your car, it really doesn't give you a lot of money to do the things that you need or want. So I'm all about learning something different, and let's see. So hopefully we'll learn a lot and go on this journey with me. So we're going to start Millionaire Monday this coming Monday. So get your book, get the audio book, take your notes. Let me know if I missed something. I'm only going to be 15 minutes long. So this will be part of the Jumpstart January segment on Mondays. We got 11 weeks, and I look forward to having the discussion. Number one thing I learned is not to be afraid to talk about money. Rich people talk about money all the time, but they talk about making money, getting money, and not being broke. So also changing the paradigm of what money means to you is also helpful. So, all right, that's all I have for Jumpstart January. Talk to you soon. Bye.